Currently on the screen is another look at a live webcam somewhere on the northern New South Wales coastline in the Byron Bay region. For Sunday, the 11th of March 2018, welcome to another update from the Force 13's Australia Oceania channel, and in this update we'll be looking at the latest Bureau Meteorology's Tropical Cyclone 3-day outlook information and invest 90p. Monsoon Trough is becoming more active over northern Australia and a tropical low is now expected to develop. Possibility in the Gulf of Carpentaria or Arafura's Sea early this week. Environmental conditions are favourable for further development. If any system that forms remains over water, the likelihood of a tropical cyclone in the region may increase this week, and for Tuesday the Bureau has the percentages from very low to low. This is another view of a live webcam at Tree Heads. This was recorded yesterday, and here's the current tropical cyclone formation probability guide. There are four areas of interest. We have invest a 90p to the east of the Solomon Islands, Bougainville Island region. A broad low pressure system is expected to develop in the northeastern Coral Sea. Saturday night or sometime today. And the Bureau Meteorology has invest a 90p developing, and we should see a tropical low sometime this afternoon or earlier. The central pressure, according to the latest news from the Bureau, it shows it is to deepen. This low is expected to drift southward during the next 2 to 3 days, and it's expected to develop. We also have a strong wind warning in place here in Queensland. Strong wind warning is in place for the Townsville, Mackay, Capricornia coast, and there was a warning in place for Fraser Island, but that has been cancelled. Though conditions are not completely favourable for it to reach a tropical cyclone intensity. That is the current position from the Bureau of Meteorology via their 3-day tropical cyclone outlook released yesterday afternoon. Strong wind warning, as mentioned, in place for the Townsville, Mackay, Capricornia coast. Now we look at the Himawari 8 satellite view of Australia's eastern and southwest Pacific area. Tropical Cyclone Hola is currently 980 millibars, located near 27.1 degrees south, 173.2 degrees east. Now here's a look at Invest 90p's floaters, and the Joy Typhoon Warning Centre in their current advisory is indicating that Tropical Cyclone Hola has a 30 nautical mile eye. We will have a look at that system as she continues to track towards New Zealand. Invest 90p, currently 1004 millibars, located 10 south, 160 degrees east. It's expected to drop to 1001 millibars and be located 12 south, 160 degrees east. Northerly quarter winds turning westerly quarter west to 160 east, tending clockwise within 300 nautical miles of the low centre. Upper level divergence, and the divergence remains very healthy for Hola and up around 20 knots for Invest 90. The wind shear, and it's not being a friend to Hola. The 24-hour shear tendency, and it shows that the wind shear is to increase offshore from the tropical North Queensland coast. The 850 millibar vorticity. Clockwise winds within 420 nautical miles of Tropical Cyclone Hola. Wind speed 20 to 30 knots, easing to 15 to 20 knots later today. Now we have a look at the 12-hourly rainfall Bureau meteorology across the next 5 days. A final flood warning has been issued for the Daintree, Mosman, Barron, Mulgrave, Russell, Johnson rivers. Major flood warning remains in place for the Murray River. Moderate flood warning for the Tully River. Major flood warning remains for the Herbert River. Final flood warning for the Condamine Ballon rivers. Minor flood warning for the Mooney River. Total precipitable water. This is available on the Pivotal Weather website. The final flood warning in place for the Wadham Creek. Minor flood warning for the Warrego, Paru, Barloo rivers. Moderate flood warning for the Thompson River. Minor flood warning for the Barcoo River. Flood warning for the Western and Diamantina rivers. Minor flood warning for the Georgina River. And a major flood warning remains in place for the Flinders River. Moderate flood warning for the Albert River. Minor flood warning for the Norman River. Flood warning for the Gilbert, Leichhardt, Nicholson and Concurry rivers. Now we have a look at various models re-Invest 90p. Now we start off with the ECMWF. Major flood levels expected to continue rising at Walker's Bend on the Flinders River over the weekend and into this week. Or next week I should say. Moderate flood warning and flood levels are possible at Burketown Airstrip. This is the GFS model. A minor flood warning in the Leichhardt River is easing at Lorraine and rising downstream at Floorville. And as mentioned, the Queensland government has declared a state disaster for the entire North Queensland coast. The Insurance Council of Australia has expressed its concerns at the massive flooding that is now impacting the region, and the repair bill is going to be horrendous. RAAF have been airlifting or airdropping supplies to a group of school children, I think to the north of Townsville. They're actually were on a trip and they have become stranded. Now this is the GEM model, Canadian, and are we going to see, in addition to the tropical low that could form Arafura Sea in Vest 90, 2 additional systems? And please note that we are now reaching the peak of the 2017-18 Tropical Cyclone season. Are we going to see a Category 5 system before the season finishes? Now this is the Navy's NAFGEM. The GFS and this one are indicating a possible threat to the area Mackay to the Queensland New South Wales border. And again, when viewing non-official weather sources, caution needs to be applied. And you can possibly see that low in the western region of the Gulf of Carpentaria. And as mentioned earlier, the Monsoon Trough is firing up again. And when we've got a very powerful Monsoon Trough, we don't know whether it's going to generate more lows. Now this is the Icon model, and the Icon model is lending a bit of support to the GFS ECMWF. And what I should mention is the steering ridges, and I'm focused on the high pressure systems down there in the Tasman Sea, New Zealand region. We know that lows don't like highs, so they do bypass or attempt to avoid them. Now here's the total forecast of rain by the Bureau across the next 8 days. And the areas of interest: Gulf of Carpentaria, the Gove, and offshore from Fraser Island. And as mentioned, we will continue to bring the latest information to you. And if you're viewing on Facebook, we invite you to link to our channel and to share this information with others. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, the scene isn't healthy up there in the North Queensland region. Now we have a look at the Himawari 8 rainbow view, and you can definitely see that Invest 90 is developing when you consider the area in black. And looking back at the floaters earlier, the white represents the cooling of the cloud
You can follow
tops.
Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, which has had a revamp and is still under reconstruction, but take a look. Also YouTube, of course, if you haven't subscribed, that might be a good idea. Visit Force 13. We're also on Facebook under the same name, of course, and you can like us on there, and you can also follow us on Twitter. Search Force 13, all in text for those. You can also add Force 13 on Skype or my personal account on Discord, Fool13, at extension 9094.